My name is Jenny Hughes, and I'm the founder of the Brave Trauma Therapist Collective. When we talk about ethics in therapy, it's easy to feel like the rules are rigid, restrictive, and sometimes downright intimidating. But here's the thing: your ethical framework is not just a list of rules to follow, it's the foundation for building confidence and freedom in your work as a trauma therapist. So often we see ethical codes as something to fear. Like if we step out even just a little bit from the line, we are going to get in trouble, get sued, or worst of all, harm a client. And yes, ethical boundaries are there to protect our clients and the public, but they are also there to protect us as trauma therapists. I remember early on in my career, I was so afraid of crossing any ethical line that I was second guessing myself constantly. Every session felt like walking a tightrope. But over time, I was able to realize that our ethical frameworks were not there to limit me, they were there to support me. Just think about what it's like for us as trauma therapists to create safety in our work with our clients. No matter the modality, the foundation is about offering a safe container so our clients can do the work that they need to do. Ethical frameworks create that same sense of safety, not just for our clients, but primarily for us. They are what allow us to create that container for our clients. They give us the confidence to work freely within clear boundaries. So take a moment to review your ethical code this week. I've linked to the most common ones for a lot of different license types as trauma therapists. And look at it not as a list of restrictions, but as a guide for creating safety and clarity. Ask yourself, how does this framework help me show up fully for my clients? How does it allow me to be human in my work? And this brings us to one of the biggest fears that trauma therapists have, that being human in therapy might cross an ethical line. But here's the truth: being your authentic self and being ethical are not mutually exclusive. In fact, they go hand in hand. That said, we do have to acknowledge that our ethical codes are largely rooted in colonial principles that prioritize things like neutrality, distance, and sameness over cultural flexibility and individual differences. This doesn't mean that we should break the rules. It means we should engage with them critically and intentionally. For example, in trauma therapy, we know that what's considered ethical in one cultural context might feel cold or inappropriate in another. Take self disclosure. We are taught not to talk about ourselves at all, not to share anything about our personal lives. But for many of our clients, little bits of small talk, of real sharing, are necessary for them to neuroset to safety with us. We don't have to share our life story, but it's okay to tell your client you had a nice weekend going on a hike with friends, or to laugh over the absolute absurdity of having to attend multiple children's birthday parties in a single day. Not salty about that at all. Part of being an ethical therapist is adapting to the unique needs of each client while staying within our framework of safety and respect. If you're struggling with this balance, just start by identifying one part of your ethical code that feels especially rigid. Reflect on how you can honor that boundary while still meeting your client's individual or cultural needs. It might help to actually zero in on one client and to practice these new concepts in your sessions with them, one little baby step at a time. And here's the most important thing to remember: your ethical framework is a tool to help you feel grounded and confident in your work. It's not about perfection, it is about showing up with integrity, intention, and humanness. When you trust your ethical framework, you can respond to complex situations with clarity and compassion, even when there's no perfect answer. This shows up when we have to do things like navigate dual relationships in small communities or respond when a client asks for personal advice. Your ethical framework is there to help you navigate these moments, not to paralyze you. I want to share one more tool here for you. I want you to think of a recent situation where you felt unsure about an ethical decision. Write down the options that you considered and how your ethical framework guided your choice. Then, reflect on what you learned from the experience. Notice how your ethical code created that frame of safety while you responded with your own unique approach, and really internalize how this can help inform your future decisions. So, How do you see your ethical framework as a source of strength in your work? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I really want to hear, and it's going to help other trauma therapists watching this channel too. And if you're looking for a space to explore these questions with other trauma therapists, make sure to check us out at the Brave Trauma Therapist Collective. It's a place where we tackle the hard stuff together with compassion and support. Thank you so much for watching. Can't wait to see you next time.